Hey everyone, how is everyone tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am awesome, thank you.
Awesome. Hey, you know what? I wanted to ask you something. I was looking for the live chat last week to answer questions, and I couldn't find the last Friday's video. Did it disappear?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was just wondering because I couldn't find it to answer any questions if people had any.
Huh, strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was weird too.
Hmm. Hi Demeter, Betsy, Tara. Hi honey, CB. I am Sam, Demama. Hi Ruth, RJB, Australian Ange. How are you? Hi Ron, Misty French. Hi TNT. Hi Leona and Maria. How is everyone? Hi Tom. Hi Karen. Hi, Larry. How are you, firefighter? Hi, honey. And TLWKY. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Leela. How is everyone? Hi, G2. Hi, Terry. Oh, no. Do I hear sirens? I'm sorry. If my guys start to howl, I am so sorry.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Would
Hi,
figure,
Prep
right?
101. Huh?
I said that would figure.
Yeah.
I'm having volume issues tonight. I'm not sure why.
Hi, Sheila. Oh, thank you, Tom. Hi, Amy. Hi, Canadian Cabin Girl. All right, come on over. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hi. Say hi,
Oh,
Penelope.
Penelope. Penelope, welcome.
Hi, Cyan. Hi, Susan. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Justine. What?
Oh boy.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Tony. Hi, Barb. Hi, Raised Dead Homestead. How is everyone? You got your coffee because you're going to need it. When I tell
Oh
you,
boy.
you're going to need possibly some chocolate. But don't say I didn't warn you if you don't have your chocolate. I'm just saying.
Oh boy.
Thank you, TL. Thank you for liking the video so much. Thank you. Yes, we are all good. No damage to the house at all from the storm. Nothing. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Trish. Yes, it's me.
Hi
Yes, it is
TL.
you, girl.
Yes, it is me. Well,
Hi,
I just had Trish on there for a while and then people were like, is that really you? So I just had to modify it a little bit. Uh,
Hi,
I'm
Awakening
having volume
Warrior.
issues. I'm having volume issues. So if you guys can't hear me, let me know. I don't know what the volume issue is. I've got it set as high as it'll go. Um, we'll see.
Hi, William H. Some guy too, Ginger Prep. Everyone, hello. Welcome.
Oh boy.
Penelope is here. This is her show too. Hello, hello. Hey, Nikki.
Wow. Hey, Nikki.
Hi, Prepper Nerd. Five by five. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. Oh boy, I will tell you. What? Yes, I see you. I see you. I love you. Okay. So today's topic.
Yeah.
Today's topic is your card, please. And
Your
this
card,
has to do
please.
with a lot of things that is coming our way. Okay. And you know us, we tell it like it is. So get ready. Get ready. That's all I have to say. Trish?
Yeah, before we start, remember I mentioned somebody earlier
Yeah.
on? His phone died. So he's using a buddy's.
Okay.
You'll see him in his Dave RT. So
Okay.
he's on. So, yeah, your card, please. Coffee. Anyway, this ought to be interesting. We got a lot of stuff this week. Let's discuss the knock knock first.
Oh
What do we
boy.
all
Here
think
it
of that?
comes. Knock, knock. It's no joke.
Right. So what do we all think about that? You know, it's one of those things where people are saying, "Oh, well, you know, they can't force you." Yeah, sure. I'm sure they can't.
Right.
But why would they be sending people out for that? And do they really have the resources to do that?
Well, they could be using, I don't think they would use like our local sheriff's office or police departments. This could very well be military.
Uh-huh.
So that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but they use the National Guard for other things, the military for other things, especially if you live close to a military base like we do. Could very well be.
Yeah.
That's
that
why
would
I
not
said earlier
shock
in the video, put up no trespassing signs.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to watch that video yet.
Mm-hmm.
No trespassing signs. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Good point, Cyan. Very good point. National Guard, UN troops. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody warned me a long time ago, when you see blue helmets, let me know.
Okay.
UN, blue helmet.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, G2, I identify as not at home. Yeah, good point. Good point. I like that. I do. It'll definitely come down to localized, because how are they going to do it any other way? They wouldn't. But National Guard, any form of troops, that can easily be localized. Yeah. Complete and total overreach, absolutely. But are they going to do it? You think?
Yeah, I do think, but it's, yeah, TL, I know it's already happened. It's happening in Arizona. It's happening in other states.
Yeah, but was it National Guard people doing it, or is it census
I don't know.
like people?
I don't know. I think it was census like people. I could be wrong, but someone had put out a video. I can't remember who did it, but someone had put out a video that, yeah, people are already going to people's houses, and it's to the unjabbed.
I think I figured out the volume issue. Hang on, guys.
So local health department and others are with them. Oh, okay.
Better.
It's only happening in blue states, Martin, really? Is it? Seriously, though? Because, I mean, if that's the truth, then I'm safe.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me that it's the first place they push it.
Yeah, true.
That wouldn't shock me in any way.
No, it wasn't pinball. It was somebody else. No. And it was only like a minute or so long, and it was all you saw was like a picture and somebody was talking in the background. It was a picture of somebody like standing by someone's front door and then someone peeking out the front door, and that's all you saw. And then you heard a man speaking in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, but it wasn't Pinball. Yeah, I know. Angry Prepper. He did two of them today. One on one channel and one on a second channel. Yeah, I watched both of those.
Yeah. Missy French said, I guess HIPAA doesn't matter anymore. HIPAA was created by them technically, okay? So they can adjust it at any time they want to make it fit whatever agenda they want. You know? So
yeah. Does
it matter anymore? Well, it matters, but it doesn't really matter to them. As far as blue states allowing it, well, yeah, they allow too much as it is. You know?
I don't know. I'm having a really hard time with this. But I mean, try and get through my front door. It's not going to happen. But like Jason at the Angry Prepper said, if they come to like one of our houses, anyone in the prepper community, and they see what we have, we're going to be targets because they'll come back.
Yeah, and he did say that, but anybody that's really in the prepper community, you're not going to see their stash from the front door anyway. Even if they came in the house, you're not really going to see it, right? Because most of your stuff is not going to be at or near your front door. What do you think they're going to do? Go around inspecting your whole house? Your whole apartment?
Well, if it's government officials, don't they have the right to come in and search? They don't need a warrant. Do they? I don't know.
Of course they need a search warrant. Of course they do. Of course they do.
I've never been through this. I don't know.
Your local cops cannot come into your home unless they have a warrant.
I don't know.
They can't. Now, can they try to strong arm you if you're the only one there? Well, then that really violates all your rights, right?
All right, Fuzzforks.
I don't see them doing that.
Right. All right. Well, I mean, and Fourth Amendment 6-gun, is that the trespassing or what is that? He keeps saying Fourth Amendment. What is that? I mean, I know my amendments, but not like off the top of my head. You know what I mean? Wise ass what?
Who, me? Why is that? No.
Yeah, you're laughing. What?
No, they absolutely cannot come into your home.
Search and seizure protection. Okay.
Yeah, they can't. It's
okay.
Now, can they turn around and say, well, Constitution doesn't matter? I mean, they've said everything else doesn't matter.
That only happens with the martial law, though, I thought, right?
Technically, yes, but who's to say they don't do that?
What, just to make sure everybody gets a jab in their arm? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying all of that would go away with martial law. So then who knows what they can do? Because then those rights are postponed, right? In a martial law case. So that's a good point. 6-gun, if the Constitution doesn't matter, where does their badge derive authority from? Good question. Good question.
I'm wondering if this is when Homeland Security kicks in, because then, I mean, I'm going to have a big problem with my own husband. I mean, just saying.
I'll stay out of that one. Becca said, once your neighbors are given authority to report you for being a threat. Well, I don't know that they're going to be given authority, but I do believe, just like what happened, 80 some odd years ago, people were asked to report friends, family, neighbors, and others who
Yeah.
did not comply. Same thing. It's not like you're given authority, but you're asked to. And in many cases, way back, they were paid to.
Right.
I mean, they're throwing money around now like it's toilet paper. So why wouldn't they do that now?
Right.
I
It's
mean, they
like
were
that.
already sending you letters. They're already sending you letters saying, "Hey, here's $1,200 for getting a job."
Right. It's like that. See something, say something type thing. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, monkey
Yeah.
see, monkey do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So will they do that? Yeah. And I see them offering it to family members too, to make your family safer. And here's some money to help you along the way. Yeah. To offset inflation, to offset any perhaps needs that you may have. Sure, they're going to make it sound enticing. And there'll be a lot of people that'll do it just because they'll do it. Let's get back to the card. Your card, please. So we chose that title for a reason. Um, you know, there are reasons why I get headaches. It's not because of the coffee or lack of necessarily. Um, for those that don't have one of these smartphones, which I have dumbed the dumb phone because mine can't spell for crap. It's not me. If you can't download that QR code that you're given after you've taken that job, which most of us have said we won't do, but for those of us that have, if you don't have the ability to download that QR code, a card is very easy to send to you with that QR code directly on it, with a chip right in it, and a little magnetic strip on the back. And who knows what's really in that information on the back of it? If it's name, rank, social security number, address, who knows? I don't know. I'm not saying what's on the back of it or in it. But that would be a card, since you don't have a smartphone, perhaps, that very easily could, obviously, would be sent by the government and tied to them, and your UBI money could go on to, that you could use anywhere you want to go. But also with having that QR code on it on the back, it's very easy to swipe that or show that or scan that anywhere you need to go. So it's an all-in-one. That's why I said your card, please. You're going to need it to go into just about anywhere. Autumn and I were talking earlier off of this live stream, and the idea behind it all, and they're doing it in many places already, is they're using the QR code in the back offices of the larger places, the box stores. Walmart already has it. I believe BJ's has it. I believe Costco has it. I believe some of the other larger places have it. It's in the back money office. It's in the stock rooms. They're already using it for management and for corporate stuff. So they've already gotten the stores used to it, and now they're getting the employees used to it. In order for the employees to use their for the cash registers, in order to get their till for the day, they have to scan a QR code. And in order to bring their till back and have it counted, they have to scan a QR code. So they're getting their people used to it. And once they're used to it, it'll be rolled out for everybody else. There are some places that are using the palm scanner, the thumbprint, all these different things. But ultimately, that's all going to lead to a QR code. And whether you want to use it or not won't be an option. Really. You don't use it, okay. Then how are you going to buy or sell? and this isn't about the mark, because that's a different topic altogether. I'm talking about a card that they want you to use because you've taken a shot. And that's the only way you're going to get that, because you're not going to get the QR code any other way. Do you wonder why they call it, some call it, herd immunity? You've heard of it, I'm sure. Everybody's heard of it.
Absolutely.
How many times have I said they think of us as cattle, right? Herd immunity.
Yes.
So they seem to think, according to their projected numbers, which I believe are wrong, that they have 70% of the 50 and ups. They may, because of the elderly, because they started with a lot of them first with the nursing homes. They may. I kind of doubt it. But because of the elderly population, there is a possibility of that. The 50 to 30 range, going backward, I think they have a lot less of. So they're going for a lot of the younger ones now. They're going 12 to 18 and then 18 to 30. We have school.
Trish, VR just said this. Please check out the U.S. Supreme Court case, Jacobson versus Massachusetts, to understand laws for the jab. The fourth doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And thank you, VR, for that. Okay, honey, thank you.
Yeah.
So I will, you know what? Jacobson versus Massachusetts. I'm going to look that up. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
That's all right.
But I wanted to just bring that to your attention.
Where did I leave off? I don't remember now.
Jacobs versus Massachusetts. Here we
go. I lost. Sorry, I blacked out here. So we were talking about herd immunity and why they call it that, and the age ranges, and hitting what they said was 70% of their target of 50 and up, and then I think it was 40 to 30% of the people that are 30 to 50, and then it was fairly high for the 18s to 30. And I wondered why. Is it because they're easier to convince or lie to? Once the UBI starts, we'll see an influx, I believe, of people getting the jab. Just doing it. The last holdouts. Why? Money. Every month. The ones that perhaps are, I'll just say it, on the street, homeless, destitute, one way or another, that they just haven't gotten it yet. Once they realize that they're going to get money every month on a regular basis all the time, they'll take it. With regard to the people that are 18 to 30 range, 30, 32, I think it's easier to lie to them because they believe more of what they read. And I think they want to believe it.
Millennial.
Yeah, well, I think they're just easier to convince. You know, I'm not saying all of the people in that age range. I'm saying the ones that are more likely to believe the media and the things they read. Um, so the younger ones, the under 18s, it's not supposed to be without parental consent, right? But yet they allow all kinds of things for kids that are under 18 without parental consent. So can they do it in schools without parental consent? A lot of people are going to say no.
Damn it.
I think they might. What?
Yeah, I would no, because of my niece and my nephew. You know, they're 7 and 11, and that's my biggest concern.
Well, I think they might try with the, well, you can't come back to school unless you've had the shot deal.
Yeah, because my mother-in-law and I were talking about this the other night when she was over here. And I said to her, I said, you know, I said, if they do this where, you know, they force the vaccine on the kids. And she said, well, I thought, you know, it's 12 years old and up. And I said, no, I said, now it's 5 to 11. And she said, well, Dominic and Cariana. I said, I know. And she goes, well, she said, then we'll homeschool.
Yeah.
So, you know, and as it is now, because it's summertime, you know, I have Dominic a lot in the summertime, you know, and he's 7 years old because Sean's sister and her fiance, they own a moving business and they do a lot of out of state. Well, and they can't take Dominic with them. Why? Because he's special needs. So I have Dominic with me a lot of times. So if they're going to enforce this, because they don't want Dominic and Cariana to get this,
yeah,
there's no way. They're not getting it, so they don't want the kids to have it either. You know, so they're already planning on homeschooling. They really are. Yeah. Oh boy, this.
yeah, yeah.
And this Jacobson versus Massachusetts, if you don't mind.
Sure.
It was in 1905. It has to do with the smallpox vaccine, but was a United States Supreme Court case in which the court upheld the authority of states to enforce compulsory vaccination laws. The court's decision articulated the view that individual liberty is not absolute and is subject to the police power of the state.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that.
All right.
Yep.
Tara said, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that they're giving kids jabs in schools and not telling the parents. I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard that too. You know, can they just in the nurse's office do that? I don't know. I'd certainly be finding out if I had kids.
Yeah.
All right. So someone was asking about the Federal Reserve. That was Dave. Okay. So I was I was asked to mention a couple of things tonight, so I will. In addition to the card, one of the things that has come up lately certainly is they're saying that they weren't going to go for a high inflation rate, right? They were at 2%, and now they're like, no, we're going to hold it at 0. Don't worry about it. We're not going to raise it. Yeah. So they keep changing the goalpost. It's continuously changing. And now they're changing it yet again. Because then they were saying, well, we may end up going to negative rates. And then what's her name came out and said, oh, well, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, then we're going to have bigger issues, right? Like a collapse. And for them to even turn around from the Federal Reserve and say that is shocking. But now with this news on the quote unquote Delta variant, which is no more different than anything else that we've talked about, they're just naming it something different. The Federal Reserve did what? They started talking about the Delta variant, and what's the first thing that happened? Stock market, not crash, but it dipped, quite the dip. And they do that on purpose. And what's the very first thing they did when it dipped? They bought the dips. And that's what they do. They cause fear, whether it be in the people or in the market. And when they do that, of course, a lot of people lose a fair amount of money. The Fed buys it up and they transfer people's wealth, right? The median range people, or we'll say the average person out there these days, is losing more and more of their money, never mind their purchasing power, which of course is leaving daily, but they're losing more and more of their money. So what's the first thing that the Federal Reserve did? They bought up all those dips that were in the market this week. And did you look at Apple stock? I mean, this is part of what I do. So if you look at Apple stock, it was down to like 124, somewhere in that range. 124, 126. It's 145 today. So that's what they do. They cause it to go low, and then they buy the dips and they drive it up, and they make themselves a pretty damn fortune. That's what this is really all about, is creating fear, right? I mean, isn't that what it's done since the beginning of 2020? It's created fear, whether it be fear in the market and a huge dip last March that they bought up and it went straight upward.
Right.
If they can create fear and panic, I mean, think about what they did somewhat, I'll say about 100 years ago. And I'm not talking about the Holocaust or any of that, but with regard to the stock market, what's the very first thing they did way back when? A wagon rolled up to the, at the time, a wagon rolled up to the outside of the stock market with somebody that had a banner on the side of it that said the president is dead.
Oh, yeah.
And someone ran in to the market floor at the time and made that announcement. The president has died. The president has died. They created fear in the market, right? They sold off everything. They sold off and they sold off and they sold off, and they were panic selling. And what did they do? What did the people do at the time? The one that actually put that sign on that wagon? Yeah, we'll call them the Rothschilds, okay? They turned around and they bought it all up. And how do you think they got all their money? That's what these folks do. wasn't the Federal Reserve back then. They create fear. So a lot of you may know the term fear as false evidence appearing real, right? That's what you need to keep it as.
Right.
And don't fall for it. As they always say, wealth never goes away. It just transfers hands. It leaves yours and it goes to theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing to all of the middle income America people these days. They're slowly eroding your purchasing power. They're taking away everything they can. They'll take your homes if they can.
Yeah.
They'll do anything they can because they want to own it all, right? So you own nothing and are happy because according to them, you'll be less stressed. Don't worry, you'll be happy. You don't have all those bills anymore. You won't own anything either.
Right. It's just like with what Wells Fargo is doing right now.
Did you notice their stock that went up though? I did. As soon as I heard that they were having problems, what's the first thing I did? I didn't buy stock, but I bought options on it going upward. Because that's what you do.
Right. But my first thought was, oh no, because my mortgage is through Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't affect the mortgages. So.
Right. If it ever did, the Federal Reserve would end up buying the mortgages off of the bank anyway, and then it still doesn't really affect you. It's just that the Federal Reserve now owns that mortgage.
Yeah.
So they're going to get the interest instead of the bank.
Right.
Which ultimately they get a percentage of anyway.
Right.
But this is all being driven by the Federal Reserve. And people don't realize it. They think, oh, it's the government. And okay, yeah, it is. But the Federal Reserve is a big chunk of that, even though they're a private entity. You know, it's the only private entity I actually know of that's as in cahoots with the government as it is. But there's a reason why the Fed's balance sheet has ballooned in the last year and a half. They're buying it all up. They're telling you to sell your stock. They're telling people to, oh, don't pay your mortgage. Don't worry about it. We'll defer it for you. We'll defer it for you. Who do you think is buying all of this? They are.
Right.
With money that they print out of thin air, which is absolutely worthless, but then they transfer it to assets that are real, like your mortgage.
Right. Well, what about car loans? If you have a car loan,
that'll come. That's mod, you know. They're going for the stuff that is tied down. Car isn't technically tied down. It can go anywhere. The house can't. Yeah, 6-gun. Ultimate money laundering. You got it. You got it. And I have no problem saying it. I'll call them out. I've done that since we started talking about this, and I even did it when I worked there.
Thank you, Ginger.
The crap I got for that is unreal, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So these little cards that will be issued, guaranteed, I believe this QR code that people are currently discussing, and that little card, if you don't have one of these little devices, otherwise known as a smartphone, will be by spring of 2022. So if you want to go into any of these places that have those capabilities for scanning, which they will have to, any supermarket, as I was talking about before, any supermarket is going to need them in order to have the term supermarket on a grocery store. They have to qualify for, I believe it's up to $20 million worth of money exchanging hands on a yearly basis. And for those that do that and qualify for the supermarket chain, they're going
Thank you.
to have that QR code. There won't be an option.
Hi, Ma. Yeah, I know, Pink Butterfly. Did you see what she just said? I can't believe this is our lives. Never thought we'd see anything like this. I know.
Right. Right.
I know.
Yeah. You know, I think a lot of us knew it was coming. It's just, did we think we'd see it in our lifetime or at this stage so fast?
No.
I
No.
certainly didn't think we'd see it this fast.
No.
So what do you guys think of that? The QR code and the card and the smartphone, and what do you guys think?
I almost feel like I'm living in an alternate reality. Like I am, like we are now the enemies of the state. Like
Yeah.
this is like, this is our mark. This is our,
Yeah.
this,
I agree.
this is our, it's like we're prisoners. Did you hear me? We're
No.
prisoners.
Oh.
We're prisoners.
Well, yeah, to a degree, but you have
Thank you.
time. You have time. You have time to. Nice, nice, Tom. Thanks. Um, no, people have time. They have time to prepare in certain ways, especially with regard to food. If you're going to be wanting to do that, to go and get food at a grocery store, because that is where they'll start. Don't
Yeah.
think they won't.
Right.
But I do see that also as, in order for a kid to get into school, they're going
Yeah.
to have a card or a smartphone.
Yeah.
In order to scan in every day.
Right.
And they're going to play it off as, well, for security purposes, so that nobody can go in or out of the building without proper contact tracing, proper security measures.
Right.
Nobody can go in or out. So they're going to try to make it look safe.
Okay, but here's a question. Like, what about our kids? Our kids that have Android phones, okay? Like Cariana, she's 11 years old and she has an Android. Is she going to have to scan every time her and her friends walk up to McDonald's and walk into McDonald's? Is she going to have to scan her way in there too?
You want to buy something? Probably, yeah.
She's 11. You know what I mean?
You won't be able to buy or sell. I don't care if you're 5 or 55. Doesn't matter your age.
I mean, these kids are not going to understand the concept of a QR code, and you have to swipe or scan in order to enter a store. They don't get that.
It may not always be to enter, but it will be to buy. It may not always be to enter, but it will be to purchase.
Thank you, VR. History repeats itself.
It's very simply written. No man or woman will buy or sell. It doesn't matter if you're 5 or 85. Belinda, I agree with you. Yes, it is very well written, and we know. That's why we're trying to get this out there. Even if you're wealthy, and I know quite a few people who are, I personally know quite a few people who are, even they aren't willing to do this. So can they buy or sell?
Would they get a pass maybe? Like
that has been a question because I have asked people that. I mean, I've come right out and said it. I can tell you that the answer so far has been certain official people and or rich people don't take the real jab.
of course not. Why would they?
So could they do other things? Money buys, right?
Money talks,
Buys a lot
bullshit
of things.
walks. That's what my father always says.
Yeah, but it buys a lot of things, and one thing it does buy is independence. It does buy that, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So can they buy their way out of that? Of course they can. Of course they can. So can they buy a QR code for that? Well,
thank you, Missy. Love you.
I'm certain with this corrupt world that we are living in, it's pretty easy to buy a QR code. How much would it cost you? I don't know.
Right. VR had made a statement. I don't know if you saw.
No,
History repeats itself. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. Kristallnacht,
yes.
Okay, will happen again. The Constitution is not a refuge. We are the refuge for each other. Yes, we are. You know, we have to have each other's backs. You know, like I'll fight for you because I know you'll fight for me. You know what I mean? I will always have. You know, it's like having a mag. You know what I mean? It's like having that group, that close knit group of people that you can always depend on. If there's ever an event, you come together and you stick together like glue. It's like,
yeah.
I know that I can come to you and you can come to me. You know what I mean? And it's like I've made some amazing, amazing friends here. People that I consider family that are in this chat right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some of them are across the ocean.
Right.
And they know that my door is open to them. And I know that their door is open to me. Heck, I had one person email me and say, this is my address. If the shit ever hits the fan, you tell your son, because he's closer, to get his butt over here until you are able to get here so you guys can be reunited.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
I mean, I hear this all the time from people in this chat.
Yeah.
And it amazes me. And I am so thankful and I am so grateful every single day.
Yeah. And you know what I've said to you? You're welcome to bug out with me anytime.
Yes.
So, so what do you guys think about the card? What do you guys think about the fact that you may be not just have a knock on your door, but have to show a QR code everywhere you go?
Not doing it. Hello from Spain, Mariola. Hello, honey.
Wow.
Dawn Marie, where you been? Sorry. Hi, honey. I haven't talked to you except for the other day when you text me. You all right? I miss you. No, Missy, you're not just staying home. Wherever I go, you go. You got that? I don't want to hear it.
Oh, that's sweet. Amy, thank you. Uh, yeah, you're not going to hear this stuff, and it's not because, you know, some people say, "Well, I haven't heard that before. It can't be true." It's one of those things where it's really not something a lot of people want to talk about. Not really. I mean, let's face it. I'll be honest here. Nobody was talking about force majeure before you did a video on it, and then
I
all of a
know.
sudden, boy, it became the thing, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, but who got all the crap about it? Oh, I believe
Oh,
that's me and you.
boy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I
yeah,
know.
yeah. So,
Paintings, Gaze. What paintings?
Ron, not sure what you mean.
Are the paintings based? I don't know, Ron. Explain yourself. Did you hear radical
Uh,
Canadians burning churches? Yes, I actually have a video coming up about that. But I was just a little about it because it's very, the reasoning behind it, honey, when I tell you, you're going to get upset. You're really going to get upset when I talk about it. You know, it's heart wrenching. It really is. All right. So don't get mad at me when I release the video. All right.
which one is that?
It's about what's happening in Canada. Um,
Okay. Oh,
churches, Catholic churches are being burnt down. Yeah. And it's really bad and it's really sad. I mean, the reasoning behind it, God, it's just, you know, it's one of those.
well,
It's one of
any
those, it's going to rip your heart out and you're going to get sick to your stomach.
anybody that ultimately wants to continue going to services of any kind, they're going to restore the underground churches, you know, home churches, just as they're doing homeschooling. Um, you know, the fact that they're burning churches does not actually shock me. I mean, they've been tearing down mosques in other places all over the world, really.
Yeah.
So it doesn't shock me. I mean, when I ever saw, I think it was in Israel, um, one of the buildings that were being literally sprayed,
Oh, VR, stop.
literally,
Yeah, honey. Truth will win in the end,
uh,
and you one of the
they
lights in the
were
darkness.
literally
Oh,
spraying the entrance to, I believe it was in Israel, uh, to one of the religious buildings there with wastewater filled with fecal matter.
yeah,
Yeah. When I ever saw that, I went, wow, they will desecrate anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
yeah.
So as
But
people are trying to walk in or out, they're being sprayed.
yeah, but with the churches in Canada, it's has to do with Native American children. Oh, it's just it's awful. It's awful, and it's just it's one of those. Yeah, Terry, yeah, I mean, I understand why it happened, but it's like you two wrongs don't make a right. You understand? I understand why it happened, but it happened so long ago It happened so long ago that no matter what they do now, you can't right that wrong. You cannot right that wrong now. And it has to do with BLM doing it and Antifa doing it and everything else. They're just trying to like, it has to do with Native American children, be unmarked graves. There's thousands of unmarked graves.
There's hundreds of thousands of unmarked graves.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad. But to burn these churches, there's no reason to burn churches. There's no reason. I what? Who the hell is this woman? I don't know.
Well, hello.
Stormy, can you?
Hi.
No,
Goodness.
sir. My God, no, sir.
That's a big cat.
Yeah, that's Andrew's cat, Stormy.
That's a big cat.
Yes, he is 25 pounds.
Is that the one that likes to snore?
Yes, that's
Oh,
Stormy.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he's a
Great.
snowshoe cat.
Great snore. I heard that and I'm like, what is that in the background? Why do I hear snoring?
That's Stormy. Yes.
That was great. Um,
I'm so sorry to have spoken about that, but it's just awful what happened. It's awful.
well, I think we're going to unfortunately see a lot of things that we don't like, and people are going to have different reactions. So, yeah, lead by example. God always wins. You are correct. Along the way, there's a lot of things that I think people will be surprised about. I was asked the other day, does this not surprise me? The stuff that they're currently doing, like the QR codes and the requirements and the knocks on the door, and does this stuff not surprise me? My answer was very cut and dry and simple. In fact, Nikki is the one that asked me, and my answer was no. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all. I just
Stop.
it's not like I expect it, but I'm not surprised.
Go.
So there are certain things that we know are coming, and that's why it's easier to discuss as though it's real and upcoming. One, it is. Two, it's so evident, and for the ones that don't see it, I honestly feel bad for them. I really
Yeah.
do. But at a certain point, it's going to be hard to feel bad for them, because how many times do you really have to warn people?
Yeah. Stormy, will you quit? Ugh. Stormy, will you stop?
Oh my. All right,
Yeah.
Stormy.
I mean, look, this is what you want? Come on now.
So
Oh my
Heidi made a
God.
good point. The government is trying to make us all fight, and that's true. They've been doing that for decades, and it's wars and wars. It's not just wars abroad; it's wars at home. Whether it be something that is a literal war, or it's BLM and Antifa, which we'll call them that now, or if it's neighbor to neighbor. To divide is to conquer, right? So, sure, anytime they can cause division, they'll win. But what we need to learn to do is come together. Not just on here, like actually do it on a day-to-day basis with your actual neighbors. You're always going to have the ones that are real royal pain, or they just won't listen, or ones that are against you. You're always going to have that. But as I've said, and you've mentioned in prior videos, when the people rise up, we can actually stand against it. They just have to actually do it.
My dog ate my card.
Yeah, you could try that. Yeah. Stay prayed up. You got it.
Yeah.
It's about the only way to really do that. And to get through this.
Yeah.
So we've
I
said it.
I pray every day. I have
We've
to.
said it. Stock up, right? We've been
Oh
saying
my
it. We've been
goodness.
saying it. We've been saying it. So by spring, and I'll go on record saying this, by
Yeah.
spring, that QR code is going to be needed. There may be the outlying areas that don't have it yet or whatever, but for your major cities, you're going to need it. RJB, yes, I see your posts, and I'm sorry if we have missed anything you've said. Sometimes it goes by fast. Sometimes I can't see it very well.
I'm looking now.
So,
Oh, okay.
anything you want to do? Or no?
No, he was
Uh,
because there was someone in here bashing the Catholic Church.
oh,
Yeah.
already.
So thank you, RJB, for sticking up for the church. Because she was saying that the Catholic Church is the serpent.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I think that's the Pope. But aside from that, no, there's a lot of things that, hang on a minute. Joan, are the QR codes the mark of the beast? No, no. I firmly believe that's an after that kind of deal. This is something that they're just going to get you used to. No man or woman will buy or sell. Period. That doesn't have anything to do with it yet. That doesn't mean it won't be integrated into it.
Thank you, Heidi, for what you just said. Thank you. And thank you, Tara.
Right. Correct. Thank you. As far as that little mark that people are asking about, no, I think that mark is going to be very, very simple, cut and dry.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't want to believe me, don't have to. But I think it's take the mark. We'll lose your head. So I think you'll know it when it comes, and you won't be mistaken it.
Right.
So if you think there's pressure for this is nothing. And if you guys doubt that, that's fine. Believe what you want. But you're being warned now for a reason.
Yes.
Regardless of what you want to believe, that is your right. You have that right to believe that. I'm not going to tell you what to believe. But at least be smart enough to look it up, to know what it is, to listen, and evaluate it yourself and go from there. Don't just shut it down because you think it won't happen. So, fear less, yes, true. But use wisdom. Tom Vickers, 4 years? For what? You think we have 4 years? What are you saying 4 years for? Blue Rose. The mark will replace the QR code. Correct. It will. Again, just like anything else, this is just a prelude to it.
Yeah. And what TM just said, yes, the blame and shame is just starting. The unvaxxed will be. Yeah, we're going to be like the lepers. If you think
I've
about
heard
it.
people say that. I think it's gonna be a little bit different than that, though. I think it's not just going to be ostracized from society, which is what that implies, and seen as unhealthy and perhaps could catch something from them. Yeah, they might say that too. I see it a lot deeper than that, though. I think there's more to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just, I just have a feeling that they're gonna take extreme measures. I feel that's what I feel. I feel they're gonna take extreme measures to, what's the word I'm looking for? Because we're refusing. They're going to take extreme measures. Like I said, I don't know. Are they going to put us in like green zones? Lock us down in our homes? Or are they going to, like, I mean, seriously, treat us like lepers? Is that
I
what
don't
they
think
could?
I don't think they'll try to come into your home to take you from it. But I do think that what you have seen on other videos or let's say DVDs or other things where they could pick up people that are either walking out and about and or stop people in a vehicle and arrest you, detain you, call it what you want, and move you to a safe zone.
Right,
Could they
right.
do that? I think they
Like we
very
were,
much could do that.
right. Like we were talking the other day, right? Or yesterday rather. And you said, have at least, 3 years worth of food. And I said, yeah, I said, that would be great. I said, but I can't afford to do that, not all at once, who can? I can't,
Right.
I mean, the amount of money that Sean and I get in every single month goes right to bills,
Yeah.
so
And that's the case with most people. Yes.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't have even been able to buy the generator without help, which I'm so freaking grateful for, but I mean, seriously, I mean, that's, uh, and if there's like any kind of a timeline, which it seems like there just may be, to get 3 years worth of food in this house,
Yep.
I'm screwed.
Yep.
I'm screwed. We have about 18 months.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
So
That's what Tom was implying too with regard to the 4 years. And Tom, yeah, I did see that. 3.5 to 4 years. With regard to food. Is that what you're gonna need? Yeah, it's lovely to say a year to 18 months. It's a great start. You can only start where you're at, right? You start where you are, you do what you can. Even if you had all the money in the world, it's still difficult to do that much.
oh yeah.
One, storage. Two,
Oh yeah.
making sure that it's put up properly.
Yeah.
And it takes time to do all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, and I think I've told you guys this, the prepping that I've done alone in the last 6 months, that's been a full-time job for me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and a lot of people have said to me, well, you don't have to worry about that. God will take care of you. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've heard that over and over and over and over again. Well, okay, he takes care of me daily. That's not so much an issue. But it's very, very much a biblical thing, too, to actually stockpile food. It's not stocking out of fear,
No.
but it's actually something historically, biblically correct to
Yeah.
do. It's not about, um, I mean, if think about it, okay? Earthquakes. We've had a ton of them lately. We've had all these different weather issues, and we discussed this before, but what happened in Texas and the extreme cold that went on down there, and all these different weather related things. And then we got rats all over the place in Australia, and then we've got the plague of locusts, and then we got birds falling from the sky from the hundreds of thousands. We've got all these different things, and we've got volcanoes erupting. If people cannot see all of what's going on in the last 6 to 8 months alone,
Yeah.
then you're blind. And if you
Yeah.
want to continue being blind, I can't stop you. Nobody can stop
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But I just want to take people and smack them upside the head because I want to wake you up. But I'm really tired of having to shake and wake people. And
I
yet
know.
we're still told to keep this out there and let people know what's going on. Do you need 3 to 4 years worth? I believe you do. But I also believe if people come together, you can make it through this.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But also, if you don't have 3, 4, 5 years worth of food, don't get discouraged and say, well,
No.
I guess I'm going to give up on myself because I can't afford to do that. So I guess I'm not a prepper. No, no, don't think that way, because I've heard other people in videos saying, if you don't have X amount of
We've all heard that.
food, you're not a prepper. If you don't have a $500 Berkey, you're not a prepper. No, that's not freaking true. I don't have a Berkey. Why? Because I can't afford it. So, but guess what? That doesn't make me any less of a prepper or a homesteader than anybody else. You know what I mean?
Berkeys are nice, but you don't need that. Just get one of the small ones that I mentioned last time.
I
You
know, but
don't
I'm just
need
saying, there's other channels out there that put that
Yeah, of
out there.
course.
If you
No.
don't have this, you're
Yeah.
not a prepper. No.
Yeah.
No. Hate that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that upsets me.
Anybody who has a mindset for knowing what's going on and has at least begun
Yeah.
changing your mind first. Because you can get all the food in the world, but if you don't actually understand it up here, you're not going to be prepping anyway. At that
Right.
point, you're just hoarding.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you just gotta decide what's best for you and go with that. Nobody can tell you what to do. I mean, we can try to
Right.
assist you in it, but
Right.
you have to change the mindset.
Right.
And you can't change somebody else's mindset. You can only inform them of what's going on. You know, there are when I moved a while back, there were a lot of people that I was super super close to, very fond of, and consider my brothers and sisters, though they're not immediate family. They are to me, and I haven't seen a lot of them since then because I moved. But it's not like we don't talk, and yet I'm now closer to some of the people in the prepping community than I ever was with them, and I've known them for 20 and 30 years.
Right.
And it's mainly because we're coming together discussing something that is extremely vital, and there's now a gap in that other group of relationships. And
Right.
they don't get it because they haven't been caught up on it. And that's a group of people that I desperately need to get to.
Right.
I've asked them to join in here so that they can catch up.
Right.
So hopefully they will do that.
Who just
But
did that? Dawn, baby, you don't have to do that, sweetheart. I love you, but you don't have to do that, honey.
but I
Let's
would
see.
encourage you guys, any friends, family, or whatever that are starting to listen, don't give up on them. They look at you like you have three heads and they'll think you're
Thank
crazy,
you.
and that's okay. Just learn to live with that. I live with three heads on a daily basis. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
It's all right.
yeah.
Once you realize, as long as you know you're not the crazy one, then you're good. Don't worry about that.
No, we're not crazy. None of us are crazy. None of us, because a lot of, I get a lot of comments on every single video. Am I the crazy one? People look at me like I'm crazy. My family thinks I'm crazy. No, no, you're not the crazy one. They're the crazy ones for not preparing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
Right. Yep. Tara, she said years worth of food, but don't have a garden. It's do what you can do. And you're right. I don't have a garden either. At my former place, I had wonderful garden, and I do miss it. But the truth is, yeah, you can only do what you can do. I mean, just to get meat and a canner and canning jars cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars before you even start, right? I mean, think of the meat alone and the jars and the pressure canner and the ability to actually do it. It's hundreds of dollars to do that.
Yeah.
So, then try to store 3 to 4 years worth. Think of how much room it's taken up for you now to store 18 months worth. Where would you store double?
Well, that's when I would have to really, really become creative. And it's not just 5-gallon buckets that I would be storing food in. I mean,
Right.
you saw my creation behind my living room couch,
Yeah.
and plus I have the pantry that was built into my house when I built my house. And then I have that shelving unit, and then all of my cabinets in my kitchen are taken up, and then I have that trunk thing that I bought at Goodwill that's taken up, plus my freezer. I would just have to pressure can more food, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. I mean, I would just buy more shelving units. That's I would have to, there's no more room for 5-gallon buckets. Because I even said that to Sean last night. I said, what would we do? Turn the cat room, because the cats have their own bedroom,
Yeah, she
into
told me that. Yeah.
into a another pantry. And he goes, would you really want the litter boxes around? And I said, yeah, no, you're right.
Is there any, this is a strange question, but probably an appropriate one. Is there any way to do the cat and litter box thing in the garage?
No, because I park my car in the garage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I understand that, but is there any space for a couple of litter boxes in there? No. I mean,
Yeah.
if you were to clear that room out and some of the stuff that you now have in the garage that is prepper like stuff, those shelves, the different things that you have, and you put them in that room, is there room for a couple of litter boxes in the garage?
Yeah.
Just saying. Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's do you have to then keep that garage door open
Yeah.
for the cats to go in and out? Or put a cat door in the door and get them to learn how to use it?
Yeah.
Doggy door,
That's true.
whatever you call that.
Yeah.
Just thinking outside the
Right.
box there. Uh, when talking about boxes. Is there a way to be able to, if that room was cleared out, could you take the things from the garage that are prepper related, the shelving units that you have in there, and put them in there with all the supplies in there and keep it in that room, but put something in that doorway to be able to have the cats go in or out?
Of the
And would they
garage.
do that? Or do you leave the garage door open for them?
No, I don't, because then
Right.
all the air would escape out
AC,
into the,
right, right. So something in that doorway, is it possible to do that? I don't know, but that's something for you to think about, you know, just
hmm
just a thought. But for anybody else, how do you store 3 to 4 years worth? It is
I
a
don't know.
tricky thing.
It is.
My biggest issue really is inventory now. I've kind of given up, honestly. Um, I don't want to say that, but it's true. I don't know how to really do it. Um, it's just complicated. I think if I had started it from the beginning, it wouldn't be as complicated.
Yeah.
Um, because
See, that's
I literally have to take everything off of shelves, shelf by shelf, and or out of boxes, box by box, in order to do it, and then put them back. Scan them if we're using that scanner thing. Scan them, do that, and or
yeah.
you know,
Now, see, that's the
you know,
one thing that I always tell people to keep up on is their inventory, and like I use Prepper Nerd system. Why? Because I love it, you know, and, I always tell people, in the description box, I always keep his link in the description box and use my code ABG. And, you get like a money off and stuff like that, and whatever. But his system is so easy to use. It's scan and go, scan and go, scan and go, scan and go. And it's so easy because my inventory, I was literally going, oh my God, I couldn't do it anymore. I was getting so frustrated. And then, people were telling me, don't just do quantity, then do caloric intake. Whoo, my brain wanted to explode. And I was like, all right, I'll do caloric intake. And I
yeah,
did
you
it.
and I talked about that. I'm not doing caloric intake. Period. If I get to quantity alone, I will be stunned.
Yeah.
Um, I am not going for caloric intake unless it comes out on the skin. If it does show up, but it's going to be fast. And so far for me, it hasn't. I haven't experienced the fast aspect of it yet, but I'm sure it's there. Just haven't
Yeah.
gotten to it yet. Um, but for me to literally unpack all the stuff that I have to be able to do an inventory now would be very difficult. And I think Nikki would agree with me on that one. She knows it and how it's stacked, and it would be. I guess I could easily do it if I'm moving it, because
Right.
that's easy when you're unpacking it. It's easy to do.
Right.
But to do it now, it's almost impossible for me. So has anybody experienced any thing with regard to this cyber polygon? Any outages, any bank issues other than the two that we know of?
Um, well, someone had actually told me that their electricity keeps going on and off, on and off, on and off.
Where is
So
it?
I did hear about that today.
Where?
They didn't say. They didn't tell me
United
what
States?
state.
Oh, okay. But in this country. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't seen anything on this end yet. I mean, I expected bank outages, but I expect them regularly anyway. So,
Something in Iran, firefighter. What happened in Iran? Fun fact. It's great. Okay, thank you. Large cyber attack on Iran's national rail network. Okay. Because the NWO will be coming to your door, house to house, street to street. You either take the mark or you go to FEMA. You will have 10 days to decide or be killed.
what?
I don't know. No, Texas Janet, there's no scanning of that, but you can do the caloric intake on that. On the canning, the stuff that you canned, because I was just helping Trish with that, with doing her caloric intake on that. She's like, "How did you figure
that?" Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that. I was like, okay, I can say how many pounds because I know how many pounds go in a jar based on how, and then based on how many jars I have. But if we're talking caloric intake, like I said, I've kind of given up on that. But the idea of knowing what the meat is good. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about Googling each type of meat.
Tom, if you twerk, yes, you get 2 extra days in the FEMA camp. Yes.
Oh God. Really? Are we going there, Tom? What is Tom the new Elliot tonight?
Where is Elliot?
I don't know, but let's not uncover Elliot.
Maybe he's got his kids this weekend. I don't know.
What bothered me the most about this whole FEMA camp thing is the video from the guy at Federal Express.
Angel, come here.
That was videoing them palletizing and shipping out pallet after pallet after pallet filled with boxes that were filled with body bags. That's what was the most frightening part for me. And this guy wasn't paid to do that. He was actually risking a lot by filming that. And he wasn't faking it because he's in the FedEx facility with FedEx trucks outside. You could see the word FedEx on it. And they're all palletized, meaning wrapped. They're being wrapped as they're going onto the trucks. And it said quantity and body bags on it. Actually, it said, I forget the term now, but they're body bags. And I'm like, what? Wait. The quantity and where was their destination? Well, he knew what the destination was because they were putting them all on the trucks and they knew where the trucks were going. I'll dig up the video and I'll send it to you again, just so you have it in case anybody wants to see it. But that was creepy. And where were they all going? They were going to FEMA sites because the addresses, when the guy looked them up, he found out that they were all FEMA sites.
Mm-hmm.
So,
whoa. What about the empty coffins of COVID victims being dug up in Brazil a couple of months back? What?
I heard about that. I didn't see it. And I don't know what the point was in doing it. Was it because they decided cremation was a better idea? Or because they wanted to test them? I don't know.
It's awful.
Well,
That's
if they're dug up because they need to, the family wanted them tested and they were buried too fast, then it's actually legal to do that. At least it is here. I don't know about Brazil. Um, so
what a president or something. Logs, body bags in Michigan too. Jesus, are you serious? Christine, stop. Are you serious? There's logs in the body bags? What?
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know about any of that.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this all out.
No.
Yeah.
So on here, someone saying the boxes for the video were empty. No, no. First off, FedEx isn't going to risk their reputation for that. And it was not just a few; it was the entire warehouse. It was their major order. And they weren't empty. So, like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
for them to stockpile on anything during a pandemic doesn't shock me. To stockpile on body bags doesn't shock me either. But them all going to what they consider FEMA camps does.
Wow. There's just so who Ginger, what's going on, honey? Are you okay? Really, Belinda, stop. No zombies. There's no
Yeah.
zombies. What the heck?
No, you got somebody in here named Belinda that keeps pushing the whole zombie thing, saying that people that get the vaccine are going to turn into zombies. I've seen her comments over and over. And listen, believe what you
This is
want,
not The
but
Walking Dead, okay? We don't have a Rick
yeah,
Grimes, all right?
right,
I
yeah. We're not here to create fear. That's not what we're talking about. We're trying to, just inform people of what's going on. As far as that whole zombie thing, you know what? I'm not even going there. Enough. Tara, enough. Um,
Tara, if you could please exit Tay, the Belinda Tay, okay?
Thank you.
I mean, I love The Walking Dead too. I mean, but holy cow, it's not a reality.
Yeah. So,
Thank you, Ma. I didn't know you were still in here, honey.
Jean, what will happen if you refuse the vaccine when they come to the door? Well, I don't believe they're coming to the door to vaccinate you. I don't believe that. I do think that what they're saying is correct. They want to come around to gently inform you of it. But I think what they're also trying to gently inform you of is that they're going to require people to take it. So they may be gently informing you of the pros and cons and or eliminate some fear. But why would they do that? They've never done that before for anything. For anything. To go door to door. What was, and I think you did a video on it a while back, 100,000 jabs and 100,000 arms? Wasn't that, or was it a million? I forget. Was it a million? Within 100 days.
Yeah. Yes.
When Potato first ran for office and came in.
Potato.
Yeah.
Mm.
When he first came in, it was, I think it was a million jabs and a million arms. I forget the number right now, but okay. That tells you right there, there's an agenda. They want a certain amount. It's not about what's best for you, or would you willingly want to do it,
I know.
or anything like that.
I know.
So as I said to someone else earlier today on email, you got a current administration who, the head of it, can't seem
Oh,
to.
me too. What is it? We'll get extra filters. Oh my goddess. No.
So we have a current administration who can't seem to remember what to do, the head of it, and then we've got an evil princess at his side, and then we've got an administration with an agenda.
Evil princess.
Yeah.
Are we talking
well, I'm not
about?
Gonna call her the other. I'm not going to call her the other name. I won't do that. So we'll just say evil princess.
Or camel.
And so you've got all the people working under them.
Do you think the camel eats
all,
the potato?
I'm not saying that they're all evil, but if they have an agenda to want to put a needle in everybody's arms, you got to question the why. I mean, let's face it, we've all lived this long without it, right?
Right.
I'm healthy, you're healthy. Don't you want to stay that way? You know?
Of course.
I myself have never had an inoculation in my life of any
Right.
kind.
I know. I know.
Of any kind. And I'm damn sure not going to take it because they have an agenda. Now, if I see people dropping left and right and they haven't taken it, and they've proven that the ones that haven't dropped have taken it, well, then maybe. But as they has said all along, you know, we are the trial, because they never had any trials on this. So standard trials of 5 years. They come knocking on the door. My answer is simple: come back in 5 years.
Can I make an announcement?
Sure.
My son is in the chat. Say, hey. Everybody say, hey, Andrew. Hoorah!
Hey, Andrew. Hi.
That's my son. my son. I miss you. I love you so much. I can't wait for you to come home. Everybody here knows you, baby. Everybody here knows you.
Hi, Andrew. We have a care package here for you.
Trish. This is Trish.
We have a care package for you, so it's waiting for you. I'm not shipping it there.
Baby, they all know you. They all love you. I love you, baby. I love you too so much. I love you more. I know, honey. I know you'll be home October. I know. I'm sorry, Sharon. I don't want to make you cry, baby, but I miss my son so much. That's my baby right there.
Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, you can make her cry, well.
I'm sorry, Bob. I'll stop crying.
No, we don't have MREs for you, although I do, but I have a care package for you that's better than that. much better. October. That's a ways, but we'll get you through
Oh,
it
that's
day
my
by
baby.
day.
So thank you, Trish.
You're welcome. We'll take care of your mom. Don't worry. We'll keep her spirits up.
He's the best thing.
Yeah.
The best.
Awesome. Nice surprise. Thank you, Andrew.
Andrew, everybody in here knows everything about you, baby. They went through this
Well, don't
entire
tell
journey
him that.
with me. They went through
Don't.
this entire journey with me. They all lit candles for you when you went through the crucible.
Yeah.
She is
did.
awesome. That's where I get it from.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Ridley, come here, baby. Come here. You want to see Andrew? Come here. Come
Oh,
here.
Stormy. Yeah.
Oh, Stormy, I don't know where he's at. Come here,
Oh, Stormy's
Penelope.
not there.
Andrew, look. Here's Penelope. Look. 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 Come here, Penelope. Look. Look. Andrew's in there. Look.
Oh boy. Oh, now she's gonna be crying for a while.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh boy. Well, I'm sure he's happy to have a phone.
Yeah. Well, like, Andrew, you're so welcome, honey. See, this is all for you, baby. It's all for you. Everybody here loves you.
You got us covered. We got your mom covered. Don't worry.
Like you wouldn't believe, yeah.
Yeah. Well, good job, Andrew. You made it. It's awesome. Oh, well, surprise, surprise. Yeah. Surprising that he wasn't allowed home because of that one reason.
Yeah.
So, you know, you know. You all right there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Penelope, don't do that to Stormy. Stop it.
Wow.
Stormy, don't do that to the camera. Stormy, stop it.
Like Petville over there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Sheila, it's time for coffee and chocolate. You got that right.
yes, never a bad time. Hey, MJ. MJ, you are not alone one. Did you get my last email? I keep sending them to you. I haven't heard back. Check your spam folder if you haven't gotten one. And
No.
anybody else that Anybody else that hasn't heard from me, if you originally sent me an email, check your spam folder for some reason. You know, I'm using Yahoo, so sometimes that happens. So anybody that I'm missing email wise, or anybody that I haven't gotten in touch with for one reason or another, let me know. Lead by example. Check your spam folder if you sent me an email already. I don't remember if I got one from you or not. If you don't have anything in there, email me again. Make sure you're typing it right. A lot of people are getting confused. It's 2 A's and 2 S's. Susan said her sister still thinks she's going to be able to see some money from Nasara in a couple weeks. Well, I guess that depends on where you think the money is coming from, or where she thinks it's coming from. Do you think it's coming from foreign currency, or what do you think it's coming from? Terry, I haven't heard from you. Sorry, I didn't get it. Hit me again. Sorry, but it's TAASSOCIATES1020 @yahoo.com. I know I don't have yours because I'm pretty familiar with the names of the ones I do have, and I have not seen your name yet. Where was I at? Leela, thank you. Okay. TL's asking, am I scared at all about this door-to-door thing? I'm not.
I miss you so much.
Christine, I haven't received one from you yet that I know of either. So email me. I have checked my spam folder. I don't have anything outstanding that I know of. Natalie, I don't have anything from you either. Sorry. Send it again. She's gonna keep trying, guys.
I know. Sorry.
She'll be doing that after we're done with live tonight. She's just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I will.
I know.
I know he is. He is the most amazing kid you'll ever meet in your life. He's so awesome.
Marbury, yes, I did get your email. I started to write to you and then life happened. I have not responded. Sorry, I will.
Yeah, I did.
Lead by example. Thank you. Send me another one. They made a good point. If you want to get off and call him, you
No,
can.
no. It's
Sure.
okay. We only have like maybe like 10 minutes left
I
and
know.
then I'll call him.
Okay.
I'll call him when we're done, okay?
All right. Um, so anyway, the only thing I really have left to say about any of that is if there's anybody that wants to get in touch with us about the other thing that we're doing, most of
Yeah.
you know what it is by now. Just send me an email. Um, if I haven't heard from you, it's still time to do it, but I'm looking to wrap it up for August 1st. That doesn't mean people can't come into it later. You can, but I'm looking to make sure everybody has a spot reserved. So even if you can't do it until later in August or perhaps September, that's fine, but send me an email anyway and um, start the discussion on it. But this group of folks, I'm looking to wrap it up for the beginning of the month. So Mary, what happened? Well, Autumn's son came in. That's what happened. Her son is in the chat, so she started crying a lot. Of course, she's going to. Not a bad cry.
Oh, you're eating. Okay. He's eating Domino's. Oh, did you get the garlic parmesan wings?
Oh,
I love
wow.
those things.
Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's. They got
Nice.
Domino's on base. They've got a
Nice.
lot of really good restaurants on base.
Okay. Well, that's a lot better than MREs.
Yeah. They eat really good there.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. Honey barbecue bacon wings.
Oh.
Hey. Okay.
Hmm. Oh.
And
Chicken haban
barbecue chicken habanero
chicken
sub.
habanero sub. Nice.
What?
Well, Andrew, I don't feel bad now. Wow. My goodness. Here I was feeling bad for you that you're separated from your mom, but you got tons of food, so you're good. And a phone.
I had a lunch meat
Oh,
sandwich. That's all I
yeah.
had.
Oh boy. Um, okay, Lily, thank you. Yeah, well, keep drinking the coffee. That's all I have to say about that. We'll see what we have for news coming up next week. Um,
Yeah.
my my buddy has asked me to talk about something here tonight, but I'm gonna wait until next week.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm not quite ready for that yet.
William Bird, email Trish. Her email is in the description box below. Okay.
Colleen, if I haven't gotten back to you, it's because I have not seen it on my end. So send it again.
Teaser, Missy French teaser.
Blue Rose, my email is TAASSOCIATES1020 at yahoo.com, but it's in the description box below if you need it.
Definitely not mom's cooking. No.
No, it will never be. None of it. And God help you if you say otherwise and she hears about it. No, I can't. With regard to what my buddy wants me to talk about, it's not going to be this week. It'll be next week.
Yeah.
Pretty detailed, and we don't have the time. So, anything else? Anybody have anything further for tonight before we wrap it up? Anybody else? Last minute, anything? Tom, you're welcome. I don't know how much help we really are. I just know we're trying, you know? That's all we can do. That's all we can do. No, I'm not giving you a hint. Don't ask. I'm not giving you a hint for next week, but there is something, and I just wanted to say it has to be next week because he's in the chat right now. So next week.
Right.
Yes. Same time, same prep channel.
Yes, I'm going to call Andrew. Well, yeah. Should we? Said, no, I've got plenty of tissues. I buy all my tissues at Sam's. I've got a lot of tissues. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay positive, keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Bye. I love you, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
I'm going to be calling you in a few minutes. Bye.
Be safe. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.